Here we go. Here we go. She's back. She's back. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Actually, that's appropriate. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Natasha Simona sequence in the AM. Good morning and welcome. Welcome. Let me just serum this serum in. Let me serum the serum. The serum needs to be serumed in. My hair isn't doing what it needs to do. Take a day off and it feels like you took off forever. Aye. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Josiah. Good morning, Milk Styles. Josiah, I know I was supposed to reach out to you the other day. Today is the day. I'm going to reach out to you later on today. Shout out to one of the hardest working men in America, Josiah. Milk Styles to some of yous. All right, everybody, good morning. Today is Friday, October 14th. We made it. We made it. Everybody filing here. Let's round up the troops. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me so I can talk to you? Can you all hear me? Let's get it cracking. Let's get it popping. Let's open this up. Let's stretch out these bones. I took a day off yesterday and I'm sitting here kind of, just trying to get it together. I have more of the evening show prepared than I do the morning show. So that's all right. That's all right. We building this out together, if you know what I'm saying. Let me pull up these national days in preparation for what it is today. Let's go, everybody. As you file in here, let me know what you're doing, where you going, where you at, who you screwing. Hello? Let me know if you just climbed off that thing or you about to climb on that thing. You about to fall into something. Oh, my God. Right?
I know that's right.
That's what I'm talking about, Cardi. Let me know what y'all's doing. 38 minutes after the hour. Oh, forgot to write the time down again. Oh, man, I meant to do something last. I'm looking for an intern. Yeah, I need an intern. I fumbled a situation that could have situated for me properly. My girlfriend is can I call her a teacher? She's an educator. And she's an educator and she called me up, I want to say close towards the end of the school year last year. And she was formulating this program for this school year. And she said she's calling all of her friends who have, businesses and things like that first because she's starting this internship program. Damn it. Hold on one second. And she said to me, she was like, can you use an intern? And I was like, this is towards the end of the, the school year. So I told her no. I don't really need an intern. She goes, well, think about, by the time the next school year comes around and blah, 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 blah. Long story that doesn't quite need to continue. I told her, I was like, yeah, I could use an intern. Why not? Let's get let Natasha get an intern. You know what my hair looks like? It's the morning time. So we're going to roll with this kind of hair. Although the back office is probably going to say something to me. You need to go on there and not look like you just woke up. Well, I did. Hello? Good morning, good evening, good night, good day. I did just wake up, so what do you want me to look like? I might not look like $1,000,000, but at least I look like $100. Don't I look like $100? So anyway, wherever I was with that story, I didn't get back to her to have one of her students be my intern, and it would have been a high school senior, because I think she's doing this internship program for high school seniors to just kind of, let them tip their toe in the water to see where they want to be. Do you know what I'm saying? And so like, now I need one of these high schoolers. I need somebody to take down these notes for me and things like that. So this message is directly to my girlfriend. I'm not going to put her name on blast, but I need one of your girls. I need one of your interns. I believe it was all girls, but if it's not, roll me an intern. I need somebody to take these notes for me for the beginning of my show and write things down and look things up. So if I can't get an intern from her, if there's anybody in here who we're working on, and this is real talk. I know I joke around and stuff like that, but we are working on making sure that when I do get an intern, they can receive college credit. Oh, you thought I was kidding over here? No. We're working to make sure that they wrap my LLC around properly so that way when I do get an intern, they receive college credit. We're not playing small over here, everybody. I said that last night on the evening edition. We are for real. And one thing that you can count on is that when things come out of my mouth, it's not a game. And I don't like to work with unreliable people, places, companies, or things. So that is absolutely 100% factual. It's going to take some time, but at the end of the day, I'm letting you know that's what is in the works. And if you didn't know I talk about my history a lot because I'm very proud of my history. Excuse me. Hello, good morning. I started off as an intern and received the credits that I needed. And as of a matter of fact, I had to present my whole internship in front of not only the entire high school, because what they did, let me see, how many students was able to enroll in this program? Not a lot. When I tell you not a lot, of the whole senior class, I think my senior class was about 250, 300 students or something like that. No exaggeration. And of that amount of students, I want to say for this particular internship program, maybe 50 students was able to enter in. It was very small. No kidding. And then of those 50, there was another amount that finished it. Oh, I finished my internship program. I interned right at the radio station. I've been doing this since high school, ladies and gentlemen. I've been telling you that. And then comes presentation. And you are required to present. However, the first presentation is a really, really big deal. And the principal, the person that was running the program, so on and so forth, sat me in the room. I was like, fuck, they're going to tell me I can't do the internship program because I didn't skip school so many times. But sidebar, the reason I was skipping school is because I went down to the networks. I went down to MTV and then would try to go over to BET to get in 106 and Park. I would skip school to go stand outside of the television networks and the radio networks. I was the girl standing outside of BLS. Hello? I used to stand outside Good Morning America. I used to stand outside all of these places looking, some of these people are standing there looking to see like the stars going in and out. I was looking in there studying hard. So finally I got my own internship and had to focus. But nonetheless, they said to me, I was like, damn, they're going to kick me out of the internship program because I'm either running track or cutting school. And they said, Natasha, we want you to be the first presenter. I said, game on. Never backed away from being the first. Hello. Never backed away from being the first. I was the kid that when they said, we need somebody to stand in front of the class to read. There goes my hand. I never not wanted to read in class. They're like, is there anybody else besides Natasha that wants to read in front of the class? I'm like, if you want me to have a split personality, I will. You can call me Natasha or you can call me Bobby. How you doing, everybody? So they said, can we offer you that opportunity to be the first presenter? One thing I've been taught from my elders, some of whom are still alive and some who passed on, was never take the opportunity that's given to you and sign off without thought. Hello? So when you're given an opportunity, even though it might be what you want, and you're like imploding and you're like, oh my God, this is everything I want. You just have to sit there with a straight face. Be humble. You say, thank you for the opportunity. Please allow me 24 hours to think about this. Teach that to your students, everybody in here. If you got some students in your life, or if you needed that message, take that message. Do not jump on the first opportunity. Sometimes, listen to me. Sometimes we forget some of these gems that were dropped in our ears and into our souls at times. And we go against the little thing in our head. And we make these decisions against what we've been taught and what we know. And we slip up. But then you get your joint right back on track. You give yourself grace. And you remember all of the gems that were dropped to you from when you were a little youth. So always think about the gems. So take 24 hours and think about it. So as a 17-year-old high schooler, I said, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really, really am grateful. Please allow me 24 hours to, really, really fully accept this. And they all sat there like, this little heifer really knows what she's doing. I went home and I was like, yes! Because being the first presenter means that the local news was there. Our school had an access channel as well. So it was our school access channel, the local news, and we had politicians in the building. Oh yeah, it was a big deal. Ain't no joke. We're going to see if we can pull that footage. And it was a room full of every single person that did the internship had to show up. Teachers, my mentors, people from the radio station came by. Politicians were in the building. The news, both school news and the local channel 12 news was there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. We going big over here. Good morning to Auntie Melba Moore that's in the building. Let's see. I thought she just wrote something. Good morning, Auntie Melba. Good morning, everybody in the building. It's 50 minutes after the hour. 50 minutes after the hour. Get up. Get out. Brush your teeth. Brush your tongue. If you forgot to put underwear on, you better go put it on. It's supposed to be a hot day. I'm just kidding. I don't know what the day is going to be. But all I know is it's Friday and you're here with me. Shout out to everybody in the room. This is the Natasha Simona Sequence AM. Rick Party was supposed to send me a drop for the morning show, and since he did not, we're gonna have to run the play on the drop that he don't want me to run it on. But guess what? I could do that. Low key, I could do that. Nobody else could do that. I can.
Sit back and relax. It's time for the Natasha Simona Sequence.
You didn't hear the beginning part, so I gotta run it back. Hold on.
Sit back and relax. It's time for the Natasha Simona Sequence.
Voice is like velvet. That voice is so velvety and good.
Sit back and chill out.
Oh, wait, hold on a minute. I done messed up. Now I might get in trouble. Now he gonna be like, you messed up that one. But listen, nobody else could do the things that I could do because I'm like his little sister. Hello? Good morning. Shout out to the room. Shout out to DJ SK, aka Steven, hailing out of Australia. B Pearls just walked in the door. Shout out to B Pearls. Everybody say good morning, B Pearls. Good morning to MJ Allen. Mrs. Preston is in the building. Kimmy, I see you. Auntie Melba, I see you. Queen B, what it do? How it do, baby? Marissa's in the building. Listen, everybody, let's get through these national days. Today's going to be a fun day, and I'm going to heat you up for tonight's show because today is actually look at me. Dear Natasha, get it together. It's Be Bald and Be Free Day. Be bald and be free. Now, listen. I've got some guests coming through later. Hold on a minute. I got a sip. Give me a second. Oh man, that's hot. It's real hot. Somebody, I don't remember who it was. It said, "You okay? Your voice sounds a little bit raspy." I'm like, when? Morning show or evening show? Your voice sounds different. I'm like, well, if you watch me in the morning, my voice sounds like it's very cold because I'm just waking up. So let me get that hot liquid down my vocal cords, down my chest, and permeating my system. Be bald and be free. I've got some guests that I definitely will have on later. It's going to be a fun show. Thank you, Bestie. Bestie says be bald and be free is in correlation with, the whole everything that goes on this month for cancer awareness. While I am aware of that, sometimes you got to have fun. Like yesterday was like no broad day. Do you know what I'm saying? Put some ginger up in there. Shout out to my big sister, Cassandra. Good morning, Cassandra. Right? You know when you're in class and you have those long names with the A's at the end? Good morning, Cassandra. Was I ever that annoying little sister that drug your name out? The dragging. What's the past tense of drag? Drugged? Hello? Not me telling you all that I passed English and was the top of my English class and had English honor classes and cannot remember the past tense of drag is drugged or drunk. Hello? Cassandra, did I drag your name out? Cassandra! She's 6 years older than me, so we never really got in trouble together, but she definitely influenced me to do some bullshit back in the day. But she was a young mom, so she was really, really responsible. So I didn't really get in too much trouble and couldn't really blame much on her. Who gonna check her? She had a baby. She was a mother. You was talking to her crazy? Are you dumb? Sidebar. Shout out to all the young teenage moms in here who have pressed through and persevered. This is actually being serious. I'm being serious. I'm pivoting real quick. Here goes another open tab. Good morning. If you ain't ready for the open tabs, just politely and gracefully walk out of here because I'm going to open some tabs. But guess what? We got less than an hour for me to actually, we have 1 hour and 5 minutes. Every single tab that I open is going to be closed. Good morning. Welcome to the Natasha Simona Sequence. It's 55 minutes after the hour. Wherever you are in the world, it is 55 minutes after the hour. Don't be late because of me. Replays are on. So if you got to go get in the shower and clean up in those crevices properly, don't swipe out of here. Just take me in the bathroom. The 2 minutes it's going to take you to clean that body. 2 minutes? Not me trying to tell y'all I take 2 minutes in the shower, because I definitely don't. I definitely do not. I take more like 20 minutes. Hello? Where was I going with that? Because I was telling you that every single tab that I open here, I close. Now I have an hour and 4 minutes to get all up in this conversation. Oh my God. Now let me think about the tab that I just opened. That's where I was. Shout out to all of the parents in here that were single parents. Not single parents. Shout out to all the single parents. Hello, I'm one of them. Men and women. I want you to know that although I'm a woman and I fight for women all day, but I will tell you this. I have brothers. And I have a lot of male cousins. And I have a lot of male friends. I want you all to know that, and I have more uncles than aunts in ratio. I've got 4 families, more uncles than aunts. So I grew up in a heavily male-dominated surrounding, if you understand what I'm saying. So my sensitivity to men is just a little bit different, if you can understand what I'm saying. And I'm a mother to 2 boys. I'm raising young men. So I've got a little bit more of a sensitivity to our male species. If you can rock with me with where I'm going with this. So as a single mother, as a parent, as a little sister, things like that, I pay attention to the men, and I realize that although in certain spaces men have had the upper hand in a lot of say, right? We're not going to go too deep in this, but I also realize that men are not really taken care of. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Hello? I know you all are thinking, how did she get this conversation out of talking about her sister? Rock with me. Rock with me today. For old time's sake. So when I worked in retail for the time in which I did, when I had my 10-year moment of my career in the beauty industry, one thing I realize is nobody's really fully taking care of these men. It's like they get to like the age of like 15 and it's like, hey, Steven, where you going? Talk about be right back. Who's calling us this morning? Who's calling us? All right, Steven, come back. When you come back in, I'm blowing you up again just because. But I realize that, men, it's almost like when you reach the age of 14, 15, men are supposed to just know these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're a man. Men don't cry. Men don't do this. Men are supposed to go out there and make them. You know what I'm saying? It's all this responsibility that is being put on our men at such an early age that, men don't cry. Men don't do this. Men are not soft. Men don't cook. Men don't do laundry. Men don't. And it's like, no, men are human. Men have feelings. Men need to learn about skincare. Men need to be able to exercise their sensitivity. They're not brick walls. When men turn the age of 14, 15 years old, they're not brick walls. Gone are the days where it's like, men are the hunters. I mean, if you have a man in your life and you're a stay-at-home wife and all those things, that's all good and gravy, but make sure you check in with your man and his mental health and make sure all of these things and boxes are checked the same way they're checked for you. Men deserve that as well. So I say all of that to say, when I speak to all of us here, when I talk to us, I want you all to know that I don't need to preface, this message is also for men. So for all the men in here, please feel free to share me with your other male buddies, family members, and friends, because I speak to y'all too. Hello, good morning. I speak to y'all too. This is not a show where we're going to be talking about, the things in which, listen, I'm not going to be resting on, football all day as I look over to all of my apparel that I got straight from the starter company with all of these football teams on there. Shout out to Carl Banks. Hello. Just a little moment to flex. Hello. But I'm being serious. I might not sit here and talk about tools and dicks and, you know what I'm saying, in the way, like all that stuff. But men, I just want you to know that your little sister over here in the corner, I'm rooting for you and I'm here for you. And my sister said, my sister Cassandra said, my sister has 5 sons, and she says no one protects their mental space. My sister has 7 children. Hello? My sister has 7 children, and of her 7 children, she has 5 sons. So on top of us being raised with brothers, male cousins, so on and so forth, if anybody knows, my sister knows. Hello? Only one in this that says Carl Banks is amazing. Carl Banks is he's more than, what's another word that can top amazing? You find it and I'll say it, and it goes under the category of Carl Banks. He's freaking awesome, man. But yeah, so all of that to say, dear men in the building, whether you're live, whether you're in the comments, or whether you're watching me as a silent viewer, good morning. I know I joke a lot. Yes, I am single, but this message is actually very serious. So straighten up. I am a woman. We might get into some girly stuff, whatever that means. But I just want you to know that I talk to y'all too. I love y'all. I'm raising 2 sons. So if anything, I need you. So don't leave me now. I want you to be here for the long haul. We gonna get into mental health. I wrap my arms around the men of our world and let them know that I care. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. It's okay to know skincare routines. To all my masculine alpha brothers, it's okay to know how to take care of your body and your skin. It's okay to go to the mall and buy some skincare products for yourself. It's okay to call a therapist. Men, it's okay to call a therapist. It's okay to confide in a woman that you trust. Sometimes it's not your wife. Can we wake that up? Sometimes the person that we want to confide in is not our partner, and that's sad. But just know that it's okay to have a platonic friendship with a woman. It's okay to have ladies, it's okay to have a platonic friendship with men. I don't play those games about men and women can't be friends. We don't do that over here. You want to know why? Because maturity. In the name of maturity, you can be friends with whomever you want. Hello? So when those conversations happen around me, and it's presented in my space about male and females can't be friends because all they're going to want to do is screw each other, I'm like, your brain and thought process is really jacked up if that's how you think. Excuse me? Good morning, everybody. It's 5 minutes after the new hour. It is 5 minutes after the new hour. Welcome to the Natasha Simone Sequence, the morning edition, AM. We got to find a way to we got to find something to call this morning sequence. Mrs. Preston says, "Let me grow up." You know what? I'm not here to tell my older brothers and sisters to grow up, but at the end of the day, I just want you all to know that you can sit across from your opposite sex brothers and sisters and be friends. Brian says, good morning, Brian. Are we stuck in traffic this morning, Brian? It's Friday. I can only imagine. Or maybe not. Do people take off on Friday? But Brian says, if you know one thing about me, I consistently talk about... See, look at me adding words. Where's my spectacles? Dirty. He says, one thing about me, I consistently talk of my therapy and mental health journey. That's why I really admire you, Brian. A week ago, I'm going to get back to that. Hold on. Let me just read through these comments. Letitia M. Amos. Maybe that's how she says her name. I have a 28-year-old son and a 2-year-old grandson. They know their feelings matter. Shout out to Letitia. She probably ingrains that. Marissa says she appreciates Brian. Yep, because Brian is very open. I'm just trying to see. Golden Cocoa Beam, on my comment about men and women being friends. Golden Cocoa Beam, forgive me, I cannot see your profile picture to identify you as he or she, so I won't. But Golden Cocoa Beam says that's problematic when that so-called friend wants to replace your partner. Very problematic. Chanel Chance says, most of my friends are men. You can be friends, but need to have boundaries and respect your relationship. Absolutely. Anissa says, I do not want to screw all of my male friends. Same here. And that's when Mrs. Preston says, I need help on that. Shout out to all of you holding down the chat and having, opening up just different conversations in there. And, listen, what I will say about male-female relationships, think about it like this. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure that the words that come out my mouth make sense. Hold on one second. Think about it like this. From a heterosexual standpoint, those conversations, you hear it more and more, right? Hold on one second. Yvette Terry just walked into the building, perhaps. But she's giving a roll call, and I want to read the roll call for you all because I think it's important. She says, good morning, Louie, Rel, Dude, Buff, Ramel, my girlfriend's sons. Look at that. She's showing some love to some of her girlfriend's sons. Shout out to... I love when people get it. You all get it in here. We're small, but we're mighty. We all kind of get it. But listen to what I was saying. Sometimes the responses that we give, you got to make it make sense. And when I say that, the heterosexual responses, right? Men and women can't be friends because they're going to end up screwing each other. I'm not in the business to call anybody ignorant. So, dear all of my brothers and sisters in the building, just listen to me. That is coming from a standpoint of ignorance, right? Now, ignorance, sounds really derogatory, but ignorance just means lack of knowledge. Like, you just really don't know. And perhaps, like, I'm ignorant on certain topics, and I say that all the time. Ignorance is bliss when especially when it's things in which you really just, you're like, damn, I'd rather not know that information. That's where the whole term ignorance is bliss comes from. So if you're ignorant to something, don't take offense to that. It's just a matter of just not knowing something. So now that I had to get that disclaimer out the way before y'all start disowning me. Hello? The most aggressive heterosexual response to men and women being friends is, y'all gonna end up screwing each other. Now, what about our LGBTQ community? What about our gay partners? What about them? So if we're gonna roll with that reasoning on why men and women can't be friends because they're gonna screw each other, Well, what if I was a lesbian? Does that mean I now cannot have female friends because now all I want is to screw her? How many eyebrows just got raised in here? How many people raise their eyebrows and says that little heifer on my screen has a point? I'm serious. That little heifer Natasha's got a point this morning. It's Friday. It's Friday and we getting into it. Let's roll. Let's rock. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. So if now you're saying, no, Natasha, that's because you're looking for justification on, Brian said, I just did my eyebrows this morning. If you are now looking for further justification to say, no, Natasha, that's different. There goes a little bit of the ignorance. It's all about the mindset. We could be friends with whomever we want. Shit, we could be friends with a trash can. Now, if the trash can starts talking back and starts answering you, please call 1-800-SEEK-HELP. Golden Cocoa Beam says it's more, this is on my brief moment talking about ignorance. She says, Golden Cocoa Beam says it's more about knowing. Oh, no. This is the conversation we're in. Shout out to Golden Cocoa Beam. I'm not sure. I wish. Golden Cocoa Beam, can you just give me like a rundown? I just want to identify you properly. If it doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter. Shout out to you, Golden Cocoa Beam, for being responsive in here. I like this. It's more about knowing if someone is actually a true friend, regardless of gender, because your own gender can be a hindrance to your potential relationship too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Queen Bee says there's some hornball people. You must set boundaries. You need to set boundaries regardless if it's a male, female, male, whatever the case is, whatever your sexual preference is. Setting boundaries is important. I have better relationship. Letitia says I have better relationships with children than adults because at least children keep it 100 all the time. Letitia, if you're a preschool teacher, just say that. Letitia, if you teach from the age of pre-K up to 5th grade, just say that. I get what she's saying though. I have good relationships with children. Let me tell you something. My kids, especially the 13-year-old, the older one, when he was in 5th grade, before they shut the world down, but even stemming from 4th grade, but in 5th grade, I used to, I'm very active in my children's school, as you probably all are learning to know. This morning sequence is really a bag of tricks. I'm the ringleader and you all are my friends encouraging the whole. It's 14 minutes after the hour. If you all are stuck here trying to look at me and listen and do what you got to do and wash it behind and get in the car and sit in traffic, the replays are on. Get to where you got to go. It's the bottom of the week. It's the last day of the calendar working week and school week. Everybody get out and get to it. But here's the thing. That's my beloved parents in my profile picture. Oh, okay. Because honestly, as I sit here, all I can see is I see red. So, whomever is in the photo wearing a red hat and a red, shirt, Golden Cocoa Beam. That's what I'm seeing. So, Letitia says she's being funny. Okay. Brian says, I think I'm filterless. Man, when Xavier was 4 and told me my breath stank, I even laughed. Kids are little assholes. Everybody watching like, I cannot believe she done call kids. I'll speak on behalf of my kids, little shits. What? Shout out to everybody who in here who is a little curse sensitive. I'm sorry. That's the last time I'm a curse. Y'all know I don't like to use profanity on any of my platforms that have a microphone. But every slip up, you know, it happens. Even the Pope curses. Come on. Jesus Christ himself called people a jackass. I done opened 3-4 tabs. I don't even know which one to freaking close. Be right back. I'm in the shower and the phone is getting wet. Hello, shout out to everybody. My sister said you can speak on mine too. Let me tell you something. I can speak on hers. Them little bastards. I said to my kids the other day, I don't know if you my kid or Auntie Cassandra's kids. Go roll up with your cousins. There's 7 of them across the street. Bye. Listen. Let me rein it in. I've got 7 nieces and nephews from one of my siblings, and that's my sister. And she raised little Einsteins. I don't know how she did it. We gonna circle back to my sister now and close out that tab. My sister was a teenage mom. Let's focus up, everybody. Focus up real quick. Rein it in. I'm being serious. Now I'm being serious. For real. My sister, she's going to cam up with us one day, but she's always got a lot going on, as you can imagine. And she was a teenage mom. She was a young teenage mom. She wasn't no 18-year-old teenage mom, nor 17. She was a young teenage mom. And, man, that was a rough time for me too, because all I wanted to do was be around my big sister, because daddy was a Rolling Stone and I didn't, from birth, I didn't get to grow up with my siblings. Matter of fact, I was a secret. But it's not about me right now, so I'm just giving you like a little bit of a peek. So by the time I got to actually be around my siblings, my older sister was pregnant. And my mom didn't want me to be around her and all. It was really sad, and it was a mess. And it really hurt me, because all I wanted was a big sister. Because at the time I didn't have my little sister. And so I think by the time I met her, either she was giving birth or had just given birth or something like that. And I wasn't allowed to be around, because at that time, back in the early 90s, when there was teenage pregnancies going on, the teenager that was pregnant was like, remember back. Remember learning about the Scarlet Letter and people having an S on their face and all, just like really shamming, people, and like, we want to identify you. So, you get kicked out of school, you all types of stuff. And, my mom was like, oh, I don't want you to be influenced by that. I was like, influenced by what? Like, I just want to be around my sister and my niece. You know what I'm saying? And listen, my older sister is so smart, and she had so much going for her. And she loved to read and she loved to write. My sister could write her behind off. It's probably why she's so light-skinned. She wrote the color off her skin. Come on, let's get serious. But we're Jamaican. We're first generation American. Cassandra and I don't have the same mom, so she's got 2 Jamaicans in the household. My mom is Guyanese, but our dad is Jamaican. So we're first generation American. So the way we were raised was very like, do you know what I'm saying? And she was kind of outcasted, and it sucked. Now, if y'all don't know me yet, I don't back down from an argument. I don't care if you 55, 105, or 5. I'ma talk back. So, whenever my family, aunts, uncles, all types, all of them, parents, whenever they would say things about my sister, I would fight tooth and nail. Cassandra, I just want to let you know I got smacked in the mouth a lot of times defending your ass. I don't know if she ever knew that. Certainly got smacked in the mouth. And because all I saw was my big sister, who was stylish and smart. I thought she was the coolest thing. It was so cool for me to go to school and be like, I have a big sister. I was so excited to have siblings older than me, because my friends had siblings older than me. So I wanted to be cool like them. Do you understand what I'm saying? My mom was like, don't go to school and tell everybody you have older siblings. It gets confusing. I'm like, for who? You? Yeah, because, I only have you. And at the time now, she had my little sister. So I could only really publicly claim that I had a little sister because, I'm being raised in the household with my mom and my stepfather. And she's like, I don't feel like answering questions and it's nobody's business. I'm like, but I'm proud to have older siblings. Like, I love my older siblings. I look like them. Do you know what are you all with me this morning? And so I'm like, here I am, so proud to like brag on the fact that I have two big brothers and a big sister, and how much we look alike. And I want to bring pictures to school, and my sister has a baby, and I want to bring, photos in and stuff like that, but I couldn't. So I was so sensitive towards my older sister at a young age as I got older, because, well, once she opened the factory to have babies, them babies was coming through. Drop your shoulders, everybody. This is not about to be a crying session, although my sister's probably at work crying right now. Get it together, Cassandra. Get it together. So not only was she a young teenage mom at first, but then when she had her second baby, she was still... Cassandra, what were you, 18? 19? Something like that, like 19. So technically, she's like now about to be... Like, she's having babies before she could drink. She was teaching babies before she could drink alcohol, although she didn't care about drinking alcohol when she was younger. And as she really embraced her role into being, this amazing mom. Yep, she was 18 by the time she had her second baby. I realized from a young age, like, she might be the downline of Einstein, because she's smart. And these kids, like, they're little Einsteins. But what really pissed me off from a young age is that the rest of our family just really made her out to be a joke. And so they didn't wrap their arms around her the way they should have. And she just commented in the chat. She said, it was a different time period, I understand. One thing about my sister, she's so empathetic. Sometimes I wish she wasn't. Like, girl, call a spade a goddamn spade. They played in your face. And you said, play in my face all you want, but I'm going to finish this race. I want you all to listen to this story and apply it where necessary, because when we... we all have these goals and standards that we want for our children or our younger siblings and things like that. But when things don't go plan in the way you essentially wanted it to plan for them, don't outcast them. That's when you should really wrap your bodies around them and wrap the village around them, so that they can fly and flourish and be better than they could have imagined. And although it was rough for my sister in the beginning, in her early years, she did everything she needed to do to make sure that her children had the tools necessary to be these smart adults. First of all, they were smart children, and they grew up to be smart adults. And I know the whole stigma, she's got a lot of kids. She started out young. How many baby daddies does she have? one. This is not a dig at anybody in here who has multiple baby daddies. I know what I'm doing. More of a dig to the people that belong closest to us. Go run tell that. It's not my place to talk about the relationship and all that stuff. That is none of my business to tell at all. But what I will say is shout out to my nieces and nephew's father. I'm going to leave it at that. They made sure that through the times that they weren't seeing eye to eye, some way, somehow, they raised these 7 kids to be little Einsteins. I'm talking honor roll. I'm talking, how many of your kids walked away with valedictorian? 1 or 2 or something like that, or probably 3. Dean's list. I don't even know what a list is. I was on no list but the list to get kicked out of school. Shh. Respectful. They're beautiful. Oh my God. Then they're funny. And I used to say to her, I said, what do you drink from that your kids are like this? They got good jobs. The older ones that are working in the corporate world. I'm not trying to put my nieces and nephews' figures out there, but when you rolling in with 6 figures and your mom was deemed to not make it and her kids are going to be X, Y, and Z, brag on it. I could keep going on and on and on, but then I'll start crying. So when I brought my kids home, when I went to New York over the summer, I had so much going on. I was like, y'all can figure out, y'all can figure out what you all want to do with the kids. I have things that I got to do here. So I had no problem dropping them off with my sister. And it was the first time I ever really, like, you know, as the kids are older. When the kids were younger, she'd take the kids and keep them and stuff like that. But it's different now that they're older, and you know what I'm saying? And it felt so cool because my nieces and nephews are my children's first cousins. And I think we do live in a different time period where, you know, I pretty much grew up with my cousins and like they were siblings, but different time, all that stuff. So I dropped my kids off with them, like drop them off and forgot. Let me tell you, my kids didn't even bother calling me. I had to rely on my sister to send me photos. Like, thanks, they're alive. Okay, cool. And when I tell you, I had no worries. None. Girl, you raised 7 kids. Throw these 2 kids on top of yours. You're good. And they still are talking about the amazing summer they had with their auntie Cassandra and their cousins. And they look alike. That's what's crazy. But sidebar, my children's father looks like we could have been brother and sister. So I blend in with his family, like I look like I'm related to them, and he blends in with my family, like he looks like he's related to us. So me and my ex, our children together look like they could be the siblings. Do you know what I'm saying? It's interesting and cute at the same time. I wish he would get his shit together. It would be nice to raise our children with him, but you know, in the name of people needing time to grow up. Yeah, I said that live. I really wish he could get himself together and see how amazing his children are, but you know. But nonetheless, shout out to my sister Cassandra, who's active in the morning show chat because she sits there at work and she's able to watch us and stuff. She's got 7 amazing children, and despite, you know, people telling me don't be like your sister, I never knew what that meant. And shout out to the family who does watch my show. Before you all croak over, Before you all croak over, you owe my sister an apology. Each and every one of you. For everybody that ever said to me, you don't want to be like your big sister. Actually, I did. I thought she was super cool. I thought she was so smart. And I thought her creative abilities were unmatched. As of a matter of fact, I tried to live up to being as cool as my sister. So before you all croak over, you better call her. "31 minutes after the hour, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good night, good day. It's Friday. It's Friday, October 13th. It's 31 minutes after the hour. If you need to get out of the shower because you put the phone down on the toilet to listen to me, and now you're stuck in my story, shout out to my sister Cassandra. She says, I'm cutting onions over here. Get it together, Cassandra. Get it together. She's got one youngin' in the house, and that little baby. I just talked about how smart all 7 of her children are, right? That little baby in her house, he might be little Einstein. The other one's a little Einsteins, but this one right here might be Einstein reincarnated. That little guy is way too smart. Jersey King says, I wish I had that. I wish that I had a sister. I'm your sister. I get it though. Tasha, it's the 14th. What did I say? Did I say it was the 13th? I'm sorry. If I said it was the 14th, y'all know the brain be doing a thing and a thing and a huh and a. It's the 14th. I'm so sorry. You know what happened? In the name of transparency, the notes in front of me. Look at the notes. It's from the 13th. So I just glanced down to keep myself intact, and I glanced at the wrong damn page. Y'all need a replay on the run back? Good morning, everybody. It's the Natasha Simona sequence. It's the morning edition of the sequence. I'm your host, Natasha Simona. I know you might have seen other videos of me, and does she come on with or without makeup? The morning show, we're clean face. Hair looks like, whatever it should be in the morning time. I usually wear sweatshirts, so if you want me to rock one of your sweatshirts, run it. Today is Friday, October 14th. Friday, October 14th. Shout out to the room. Shout out to the entire room. Shout out to everybody holding it down in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's silently watching. I see you. I thank you. I told you we're going to open tabs on this show. We open tabs. Whenever you sit with me and have a conversation, we're going to open tabs. Shout out to A. Marcus, old Grizzly vet. He just walked into the building. A. Marcus is my buddy. Good morning, buddy. There he goes. Let's finish up with these national days. Let's go back to that tab that I opened. So we started off talking about Be Bald and Be Free Day. However, I got into the whole segment about talking about my sister. It don't matter. Don't worry about it, because here we go. Be Bald Day is definitely a day, around, cancer and cancer awareness and things like that, especially recognizing our brothers and sisters who do have to experience chemotherapy and actually lose their hair. Shout out to anybody that has gone through chemotherapy and kept your hair. And I have a friend, thank God Mike is still alive. Amen. He had cancer, went through therapy and went through chemotherapy, and his hair never fell out, but it got thicker. I said, well, can I have some chemo too? I'll take the risk, because I ain't got a hairline. Maybe it'll do something reverse. What happens? What happens if you take chemo? Is it preventative? Can I start taking it just in case? I freak out about cancer. I'm susceptible. Hello? He's like, Tasha, I don't know what kind of idiot you are, but the fact that you are able to make a joke out of chemo and everybody can laugh about it is psychotic. Hello? What kind of chemo treatment you got? It's also, let me go back. Okay, so boom. So I was actually telling you, Natasha, stay focused. The back office is going to kill you because you be all over the place. National Dessert Day. Today is National Dessert Day. Do I really need to go into a whole dissertation on what this day means? Go eat your favorite desserts. Hello? Eat it all. Forget your diet. Eat the dessert. It's Friday. What better day to cheat than every day? Hello? We're not cheaters over here. We're not cheaters. I'm just saying. But today is National Dessert Day. And on the evening show, I will eat some dessert. We'll eat some desserts together because it's Friday and it's my show and I could do that. So if you've got a baldy in your life, maybe you can lick the top of that bald head and eat that for dessert. Ooh. And last but not least, today is National Real Sugar Day. Who cares that it's Real Sugar Day? Sugar is bad. So take the days. It's only 3 national days in front of me, but you all know that the source that I pull from sometimes fails me, right? We all know that. We've discovered the source failing me sometimes. So if there's more national days for today that I missed, feel free to call me out. Like, hey, Tosh, you missed this day because the source has to go away. Everybody, welcome to the Natasha Simona sequence. He's going to kill me, but I will sacrifice it in the name of it being National Be Bald and Be Free Day. I am going to highlight for 45 seconds this man that I talk about every day, who's also the back office, Rick Potty. He's got a bald head. He likes to eat his desserts. And he's real sugary and sweet. To y'all, not me. Okay?
Sit back and relax. It's time for the Natasha Simona sequence.
Thank you, Rick Potty. Run me that drop whenever you want to. Oh, okay, see, now he's going to be like, you be doing too much. You be letting that run, and then it's... But it's okay. Good morning, everybody. It's 38 after the hour. It's 38 after the hour. I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know where you're at. But every single place in the world right now is 38 minutes after the hour. You guys didn't give me a location check. 11:38 p.m. in Australia. Good night, mate. Thank you, Stephen. On my way to work, some Monison NYC. I don't know how to say your screen. Can you all just get some regular screen names like Jane Smith? Nah, but shout out to my sis. She said it's 8:38 in NYC and she's on her way to work. Ooh, that money looks good on you, shorty. That money looks good on you. Ohio is in the building. Atlanta is in the building. Detroit is in the building. Detroit is in the building. Boston, South Carolina. I got a lot of East Coasters in here. Morning, buddy. Headed to the gym in Orlando. Hey, Marcus heading to the gym in Orlando. Ooh, wee. Not too much on Buddy. Buddy is married. He's been married for a long time. Shout out to your wife, Kia. Hello. Good morning, Kia. He's got a very handsome son. So... ladies, if y'all have some daughters in college, ooh, his son is a looker. Chicago's in the building, 738. Shout out to Bestie, Nashville, Florida, Chicago. We got a lot of Chicago people in here. Chicago, stand up. Do y'all know Rick Party? He is a hometown hero. He's from the south side of Chicago. He done told the story a million times. I know where the man was born, the time, the doctors. I know where he grew up, I know it all. I know where he did the damn thing in Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. Do y'all know who Rick Party is? He's on your radio station every day, midday. So if you're in Chicago and you're not listening to Rick Party in the middays, what are you really doing? I see a lot of people in Florida as well. Florida, Chicago, Texas, DMV, Charlotte, Louisiana. Ooh, Lala, baby, you're in Louisiana. Lala, do we know each other from Riff? Lala, I think not me being like, I remember you. I know you're here, but I knew you were from, you just, once you put that, I'm like, wait a minute. DC, the DMV area, Harlem. I have a love-hate relationship with Harlem. My baby daddy's from Harlem. I don't want to date nobody else from Harlem. So y'all know, in the name of me being single, don't send me nobody from Harlem. But shout out to Harlem. My work laptop is open and my first meeting is in 2 hours. Okay. All right. There's a lot of love in here. Ooh, oh, shoot. We've got I ain't even know. Let me see what's going on. Is he really about to do this? Hold on a minute. Oh, my
Hey, good morning. How you doing? What's going on?
Hey, Marcus, you really dropped in to say good morning to me over
Yeah,
at the...
of course, buddy.
This man probably just got a fresh cut yesterday. He said, I'm looking fresh and clean. The world can see me. What's going
You
on,
know
hey,
what? You
Marcus?
know,
You
chill,
driving or you just
chill.
pulled up?
Nah, I'm driving. I just left the house.
Yo, everybody, shout out to the room. This is my buddy A Marcus. I'm sweating right now because A Marcus, he don't really do this for a lot of people. So I feel honored and blessed, although he's driving and his service is a little interesting right now. Damn, his service is is anybody else getting a spinning wheel or is it me? I think I think his service is let's try this again and let's see. You know, when you're driving, the service gets interesting and stuff like that. But everybody, that was a quick. Wait, what just happened here? What am I hearing? Hey, how come I can't see you? You're not on camera.
I'm on camera on my end.
Oh, here you
I can see
go.
you.
Here you go. Oh, sugar honey. Everybody, welcome me, Marcus. Ladies, he is
Stop it.
not
Stop it.
single.
Stop
Easy.
it. Stop
Easy,
it. Stop
ladies. Ladies,
it.
he
Stop.
is
Stop. 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 Stop.
he's
Appreciate what you said
but
about my son,
ladies,
though. That made my day.
yeah, it made
Appreciate
your
it.
day. Your son is a looker. He's smart. He's got a great father. He's got great parents raising him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we might have him on the show for the teenage. Well, the college edition.
Listen, I'm trying to get him into voiceover. That's what I'm trying to do. If I can get him
Wait,
to
run that back
refine
to
it.
me again. You're
Yeah,
trying
if
to
I
get
can
him
get
to
him to
where?
refine it in voiceover.
Let's have him on the show. The college edition. Let's do you know what I'm saying? Let's tap into the
Yeah.
younger generation. I would
Yeah,
love
let's
that.
do that. Let's do that. Let's make it happen.
Well, it looks like your phone is not in a holder, and in the name of being your little sister that looks out, I do not want you trying to focus on here and hold the phone and drive.
Good way to say goodbye to me, but that'll work.
Baby,
I'm just messing with you.
trust me, I don't want to say goodbye, but I also
Trust
don't want to say goodbye in another way, if you know what I'm saying.
I got you. Well, have a good day, sweetheart. I
We
will
need to
talk
have
to you
you
soon.
on when you're at your microphone and all that stuff. Let's have. Hey, Marcus, I'm gonna call you today. Something just popped
Okay.
in my head.
Don't forget.
All right. Well, first of all, I might.
Oh, that's why I said it.
I just thought of something. So, go do your workout so you can keep your
All right.
sexy alive.
Okay.
He's got Teddy Riley service, right? That's full. He's in Florida. They don't have good service when you leave the house.
No,
Forget it.
listen, ever since the hurricane 2 weeks ago, service in my neighborhood has been horrible.
Were you heavily affected by the hurricane?
I wasn't. My lights flickered once, but I've got people less than a month.
Okay. Oh no, he's going out again.
I
Damn
will
it.
talk to you soon.
I want to hear everything. When you get home, okay, we'll talk, and then for the evening show, I'll talk to you.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, get to where you're going safely.
All right, have a good day.
Okay, you too. Everybody say bye to A. Marcus. Now that was a good treat. Right, everybody? Ladies, I'm sorry, but he is not available. But if you've got a daughter in college, his son is available. Now, if you could look at the daddy, you could imagine what the baby looked like. Hello? Queen Bee says, I don't mind the blurry. Please stay. Y'all want A. Marcus to read you the Bible, huh? Can you imagine? The books of the Bible are Genesis, Exodus. Don't play with me. I don't know the rest. I failed Bible study. There's an Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Am I going in the right direction? Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's 47 minutes after the hour. I don't know what you're doing, but I know the whole room probably paused to see what kind of Barry White situation is happening over here. This is the Natasha Simona sequence. The AM edition is always a treat because it is so early that, I'm going to say this. It's so early that I just really never know. I don't schedule people in the morning. Okay. So we're working on it. I will say we're working on some really cool things that will be coming out in the next 2 weeks or so. I'll give myself a little grace in about 3 weeks for the morning edition. But for this portion of the sequence, it's like, let her do her thing, right? I'm not going to say I have a team, but I do have a back office. Like, that is for real. And one portion of the back office, they're over there, scrambling and trying to figure out, because the shows do have two different personalities. And then another part of the back office is like, okay, so they all kind of do this thing where they work together through me. Like, literally, it looks like this. And then they do one of these, and I'm the one that relays back and forth until we have a, Natasha Simona sequence team meeting, and we all sit together at the restaurant table, and we'll have the company can all meet each other. It sounds bigger than what it is, but that's the best way I could put it. So nonetheless, everybody has decided that the morning sequence is just fun. It's airy. We got bells, we've got noise, we drop bombs, we do countdowns. We do all of this here. And then the evening show is where you'll see the interviews and, we get a little bit more serious. Maybe not. I think I'm probably a little bit more crazy in the evening. Can you say? But nonetheless, when you all cam up, and you live in America, it's a treat. It really is a treat because I know it's so early. 49 minutes after the hour, I'm going to address the question box. Thank you, MJ Allen. MJ Allen says, don't forget to call Marcus. I won't. I'll call him at some point today. Queen Bee says, let me see something. This is going back to a topic in which we talked about earlier, but we're going to talk about it right now. Queen Bee says, shout out to all of you who are looking at me and my extreme close-up. Say good morning to the third eye. Good morning, third eye. I'm going to get it removed. Queen Bee says, my BFF of 30 years is male. We never had sexual relations, but we do have chemistry. Most people think we're a couple or very close circle. Oh, excuse me. Our very close circle knows we're strictly friends. Hmm. What do you all think about that? They have chemistry. They've been friends for 30 years. Most people think they're a couple. Their close circle of friends know that they're only friends. So their close circle does not say anything. Mrs. Preston says, we can always count on you to bring the treats. Trick or treat, everybody. No tricks, all treats. And A. Marcus was a treat for all of us this morning, right? Ooh, Heidi missed it. Heidi just walked in the door and she missed the treat. Sorry, Heidi, you gotta watch the replay. Rosa says, be careful removing moles. Sometimes they leave a bigger scar. Really? Well, everybody, come close to the phone. Everybody, whatever device you're looking at me on, I'm this close to you. This is my third eye. This is a mole. It popped up on my face randomly a couple of months ago. I thought it was a pimple, and one day I decided to try and remove it, and it was a trigger warning. I was bleeding all over my face, and I was like, "Oh, this is a different kind of pimple." And it turns out that indeed it was not a pimple; it was a mole, and then it just grew back. Like, you stubborn little bastard. Why would you hold real estate on my face? Hold on one second, everybody. Just give me 1 second. You all know I need lip gloss. Anyhow, jeez. Somebody says, oh, that was Mrs. Preston. I'm here Monday through Friday on the sequence. Tosh, you owe me one. I owe you more than one. I owe you a lot. I had another mole pop up on my ring finger. Can you all see that mole right there? It's a beauty mark right on my ring finger. I don't know how that popped up there. And then another one popped up on my forearm. I can't show it to you. I don't know how to get it there, but I don't know where they're popping up from. But my younger son has freckles all over his face. And my older son, he doesn't have as many freckles, but my little son, he's got freckles all in his T-zone area. Anyway, everybody, not too much on that. In the morning time, we don't really do much headlines unless there's something crazy that developed overnight. I don't have anything that came across my dashboard or that was texted to me overnight. So I'm assuming that between the Natasha Simona sequence last night and this morning, that all is well in the world. But what I will say is gas is still high. Gas has not dropped in the last 2 weeks that they raised it. So right now, oh my God, I went to Costco yesterday to fill up. It was the most irresponsible thing of me to let my car go down to empty. And I drive an SUV, not a big body SUV. I drive a little SUV. I still have a third row, so I guess that's a medium size. I drive a medium size SUV. And foolish of me to let my car go down to E, like beyond E, like we're empty, we're dehydrated. Everybody in here, do not let your car go down like that, especially in the name of gas being ridiculously and obnoxiously high. So I go to Costco because heaven help me. And right now, the going rate for Costco gas for the unleaded version, $5.79. I spent $82 to fill up my vehicle. I was so pissed. Like, can I call the bank and dispute these charges? It wasn't me. It's fraudulent activity. It wasn't me. They robbing us. Why wouldn't this open for me? I was trying to see something for y'all. Hold on 1 second, everybody. As we sit here, news is happening all the time. So normally I like to have this one source, but You know, it's here. Nothing is going on. We not missing nothing. Trump is still trumping. You know, I gave you some headlines last night. Parkland shooter is going to jail for life, so we got to pay our tax dollars to keep his ass alive. Little bastard killed 17 people. What is it? 14 children and three adults, and this little jackass gets to sit in jail for the rest of his life while we pay the tax dollars to keep his ass around. Give him the needle. Give him the needle. What a disgrace. All of these people's kids that you killed and their loved ones, and you get to sit in jail and watch TV. Well, let me tell you something, buddy. Don't you stumble over it. You know, sometimes the inmates get to find like different things on social media, however they do. Don't find me. I hope they grab you by the balls and cook it and feed it to you before you croak out. Hello? Anybody care about this? Kroger's and Albertsons is merging. Are they going to lower the groceries? I went to the grocery store yesterday. Every day I'm finding myself back in the grocery store because I can't afford to buy groceries in one shot. If I buy groceries in one shot for like 2 weeks, I'm paying $1,000. True story. I went to Costco. You know, you know what? Listen, I don't really shop in the big door supermarkets. Like, you know, everybody has like a Ralph's or a Stop and Shop or a Pathmark or A&P and stuff like that. I got a place called Ralph's in Publix if you live down in Florida. Well, I don't like shopping at those markets for food for my house. You know, when you know better, you do better. So no judgment on people who do it, but I'm just saying I really studied the science and how they distribute our foods and things like that. And it pissed me off and turned me off. And I said, I'm not supporting the big door supermarkets anymore unless you go run me a check. Unless you're all going to run me a check. I just don't like shopping, but I do go. I shop at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and Sprouts and the farmers markets. And then if I have to go to the big box, I call it the big box supermarket. I go. And then I go to the bigger box. I go to the warehouse. Costco is near me. Publix doesn't, Pathmark doesn't exist anymore? What colors were they? They were red and blue. Pathmark doesn't exist. They closed it? Piggly Wiggly. Is that in Georgia? Who told me about Piggly Wiggly? That name is not new to my brain. Somebody mentioned Piggly Wiggly to me, and I was like, your supermarket is called Piggly Wiggly? I could never shop in a market called Piggly Wiggly. Anyway, start supporting your more local markets, everybody. Start supporting your more local markets, and I'm being serious. When you support the local markets, your produce is a lot fresher. You get better service. And in the name of us turning a leaf to eat healthier and more consciously, shopping from the smaller markets will really, really do you better. Stephen, our friend from Australia, from Melbourne, Australia, says, do they have Aldi? Do they have an Aldi in the U.S.? They do, Stephen. We do. Actually, an Aldi just opened near where I live. You know, why don't I like Aldi? Can somebody tell me why I don't like Aldi? Oh, Piggly Wiggly is in Louisiana. So it must be somebody from Louisiana that must have told me about Piggly Wiggly. Because when I heard Piggly Wiggly, I was like, ain't no way a Piggly Wiggly could get my money. Why isn't Aldi the little Aldi is like the sister or brother to Trader Joe's, from what I understand. I believe the owner of Aldi and Trader Joe's, like, they were brothers and they opened Trader Joe's together. And I think the brothers got into a fight. They got into an argument. And one brother said, hey, buddy, you're a jerk. And the other buddy says, that's cool. I'm going to be over here running the Trader Joe's and you go do what you got to do. And the other brother says, fine, I am going to do what I got to do. And he went ahead and opened a Aldi. Is that how the story goes? Okay. I don't know what it is about Aldi that I don't like, but I'm not a fan of Aldi's. Something about it is just, it doesn't make me tingle. It doesn't make me excited to go in. I don't know if it's the lighting. I don't know what it is, but I'm a freak like that. If I walk into somewhere and the lighting is off and I just don't catch a vibe, I can't shop in there. The lighting has to be on point for me. I'm a marketing girl. If your lighting is off, I can't walk in there. I need the products to be placed properly on the shelves. I'm a freak. I do shop at Costco. When I have, in the name of buying like, snacks and stuff for the kids and shopping, got to get some stuff. I'm an executive membership holder at Costco. I don't play around. But the other supermarkets, I can't. All of that to tell you that Albertsons and Kroger's are merging. 1 minute after the new hour, we got 4 minutes left in here. Let's hang out next week. Yes, Heidi, of course. Let's hang out next week. Me and Heidi hanging out next week is a riot. Whenever Heidi calls me and says, I need you to work for me, I'm like, okay. We cut it up. But sometimes when I get there, she don't be playing. I'll be like, oh, why she got to be so serious today? Heidi, I'm down for it. I'll come straight to you after I drop the kids off. But then remember, I have an evening show. And then I get to talk about all our shenanigans. Everybody, the evening show is going to be dope. It's Friday. I don't know what you're doing, but you definitely need to come over and join me on the evening show. 2 minutes after the new hour, you do need a catch up. You need a really big catch up. Make some food. Heidi has a catering company. Not too much on me promoting her catering company under what is not her catering company's Instagram. I want to be able to promote her properly, but nonetheless, she's got a catering company and she cooks so good. Let me tell you something. I didn't know anybody could cook better than my older sister, Cassandra. The whole beginning portion of the show was for my sister, and she can cook her ass off. Then I met Heidi and I was like, ooh, Cassandra, you got competition in LA. She was like, what's her name? What's her name? I was like, easy, sis. She's our big sister. She's like, I said, she's got a catering company. She was like, all right, she got it. Mrs. Preston says, don't have too much fun and stand us up tonight. Oh, shots fired. Bestie says Oprah never cancels. You all, let me tell you something before you get out of here. So yesterday when I canceled the show, right? Bestie sends me a message. Yesterday, I can't look at me canceling the show. I'm like, oh, I gotta stay down. I gotta relax. I gotta chill. So Bestie sends me a message. Oprah never cancels. I said, you know what? You damn right. Oprah never cancels. Message received. And then we're talking in the chat. And Bestie was like, I'm just kidding with you. But I like to bust your chops. But sometimes you need somebody to bust your chops and also keep you in place. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely took that as a message, but, in a loving, joking way. Last week, I did tell you I was all hype. I was like, we're going to come back on the evening show. But listen, in the name of life happens and, you got to roll with it. The biggest blessing happened to me last Friday. So I do apologize a week later that I stood you all up and didn't come back for the evening show. But double back and look at the photos. I attended the Living Legends Foundation 30th Awards dinner. And when I tell you it was such a blessing and a boost to my life to be in that room and to be introduced with some of radio and television broadcasting greatness, from the executives in the back office to the talent that you hear and see every single day, including and not limited to Pat Shields, Skip Dillard, Dee Dee McGuire, Geo Cook, Charlemagne the God, and so many more that I wasn't prepared to run off. Oh my God. Sylvia Rohn, so much greatness in that room. I was so overwhelmed. So that's where I was last weekend, last Friday. So I am sorry. And the back office, they call me. Do you know the back? Let me talk about the back office because there's only one person from the back office here, and the person that I'm talking about is not in the building, and that back office is not going to know. So I'm getting ready to run out the door, getting my clothes together, sweating before I even leave the house because I'm like missing cocktail hour. Do you know what I'm saying? Getting out the door, the back office calls me. Did you put out a cancellation notice? No, I didn't put out a cancellation notice. You put out a cancellation notice. Do you need my password? It's time you have the password to my account. So the back office goes, you need to put a cancellation notice out. Do you know I'm juggling between 5.5-inch heels or 4-inch heels? Sparkly or patent leather? The dress I'm wearing is too big because I lost weight. I can't even celebrate my weight loss in the moment that I'm in because I'm late for the cocktail hour. It's Friday in LA and I'm about to sit in bumper to bumper traffic from the Valley to Hollywood. And you want me to stop and put out a cancellation notice? Fine. I'll give you a cancellation notice. So the back office goes, just go on camera, go on video, and, let people see that you're going somewhere and just say, hey, tonight's Natasha Simone sequence is canceled. Do you all know that I have about 3 recordings of me trying to cancel last week's show in my phone? Swear to God, true story. If I was able to play video here, I'd show it to you. Never put it out. Because I looked dumb. Like, dumb. Not kosher. Wasn't going to put that out. You guys deserve more than that. So I didn't. So I did worst. I did worst than putting out a notice. I did nothing. You can play video here? Can you? Let's see. I will sacrifice my own. No, you can't play video here. It doesn't. Bestie, prove me wrong. Let me prove myself right and wrong here. Let me find the video. I will find a video. So everybody sit tight, and I'm gonna try and play the video because Bestie said we can play video. So I'm gonna play one of the cancellation videos for you so you can see how absolutely ridiculous I looked trying to cancel. Okay.